Another setback tonight for the parents of a young woman who was murdered. The man charged with killing his girlfriend, then trying to dump her body in a dumpster, has not even gotten to a critical step in a criminal case.
Chief investigative reporter Wendy Holleran has covered this case extensively, exposing how the defendant has been given multiple plea deals in domestic violence cases well before prosecutions. He shot his girlfriend to death. Wendy?
Well, Mark and Heidi, delay after delay, excuse after excuse. That's what the mom of murder victim Esperanza Chavez has to say about the case against Fred Jason Edwards. It has been a year and a half, and yet again, the preliminary hearing was canceled this morning.
I said, I just want to get away. Please let me just go. I'll leave you alone. I'll, like, whatever. And I tried crawling on top of the bed, and then he crawled on top of me. And then I didn't feel him stab me.
That's a voice of Esperanza Chavez telling her mom what Fred Edwards did to her before she was murdered on January 20th, 2024.
I had secretly recorded her telling me what had happened.
Unified police and prosecutors say Edwards shot Esperanza in the head multiple times and then tried to dump her body in a dumpster in Millcreek. Last year, her mom, Jontue Chavez, told us,
I've been so lost without her that it's been hard.
The first preliminary hearing where the prosecution presents its evidence of a crime and then a judge decides if there is enough evidence, known as probable cause, to bind Edwards over for trial was scheduled on March 19th of this year. Canceled. The second preliminary hearing was scheduled for May 7th. It was canceled. I submitted a request to Judge Todd Shaughnessy to allow our camera inside to capture testimony for the third preliminary hearing scheduled today. The court docket also shows Edwards has refused to appear multiple times, so this time he was to be transported from the Salt Lake County Jail by force, a jail where he previously tried to gouge a detention officer's eye out. But in the final hour, it was canceled again.
This case has taken an extraordinarily long time to even get to a preliminary hearing. We are now 18 months plus after the filing of charges. And now a preliminary hearing has been stricken again.
Jontue, under the weather today and unable to talk on camera, expressed her frustration in text messages to me. They let him get away with extension after extension after extension. It's insane. Extensive delays and excuse after excuse.
That should be a concern to everyone involved, that she feels like she's not being heard and only one side is.
In fact, the court docket shows the Salt Lake County District Attorney's Office has not objected to Edwards' defense attorney's request for a continuance. Has jointly asked Judge Shaughnessy for a continuance.
One can imagine the frustration of the victim's family, in particular mother, to see, well, if it hasn't gotten to this point yet, how much longer is this going to take?
Nathan Evershed is a former prosecutor in the Salt Lake County District Attorney's Office, now a criminal defense attorney. He reviewed the court docket and filings in this case.
That is an extraordinarily long time for any kind of case, in particular a murder case. Most typically get to a preliminary hearing in under a year.
Now, I asked the Salt Lake County District Attorney Sim Gill to answer the criticisms raised in this report and why they have not objected to continuances Edwards' defense attorneys have asked for. Gill sent this statement. This is a murder case with mental health issues. Murder cases take longer than most cases in the criminal justice system. The preliminary hearing has been continued to allow for the completion of evaluations relevant to the anticipated disposition of the case. We have endeavored to keep the victim informed of all the proceedings. Now, this statement seems to indicate a possible plea deal may be in the works. I will keep you posted. Mark?
All right, Wendy, thanks. That's not the only case that faced multiple delays. Kent Cody Barlow was convicted of murdering 2 little boys back in 2022. The parents of Hunter Jackson and Odin Ratliff expressed frustration over years of what they called delay tactics by Barlow's previous defense team. In April, Barlow was convicted of 2 counts of depraved indifference murder. We asked the victims' moms what the delay did to them. Teresa Ratliff found the boys and tried in vain to save them.
The amount of therapy that we need, and I can attest to myself that I need for holding the boys, that touch, that feeling, that smell, all of it is going to take years of therapy that I had to delay because of the actions of the defense attorneys.
Last month, Barlow was sentenced to a mandatory 30 years, potentially life in prison.